Have you ever wondered what the world will look like in just a couple of years? Not in some distant sci-fi future, but right around the corner, in 2026. Get ready, because a massive shift is coming to the global economy, and it is going to affect everything from the phone in your pocket to the price of your coffee. This isn't just another prediction. It's a convergence of powerful forces that are reaching a critical tipping point. And by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why 2026 is the year everything changes. So, what's the big deal about 2026? It's not just one thing. It's a perfect storm of several major trends, all peaking at the same time. Let us break down the first and arguably the most powerful driver, the next wave of artificial intelligence. We're not talking about the chatbots we play with today. We're talking about AI that becomes deeply integrated into the core operations of businesses worldwide. Think of it like this. In the late 90s, the internet went from a niche hobby to an essential business tool. That's what's happening with AI right now. By 2026, companies that have been experimenting with AI will have fully deployed it across their supply chains, customer service, and product development. This means unprecedented efficiency. AI will predict shortages before they happen, optimize shipping routes in real time to save fuel and time, and create personalized products on a mass scale. For consumers, this could mean faster deliveries and lower prices. For workers, it means a huge shift in job roles. Repetitive tasks will be automated, and the demand for skills in AI management, data analyses, and creative problem solving will skyrocket. The transition might be bumpy, but the countries and companies that lead this AI integration will dominate the next decade of economic growth. The second major force is the green energy revolution hitting its stride. For years, we've been talking about renewable energy. By 2026, the economics are set to flip decisively. The cost of solar, wind, and battery storage technology has been plummeting. We're reaching a point where building a new solar farm will be cheaper than continuing to run an old coal or gas plant in many parts of the world. This isn't just about being environmentally friendly. It's about pure, hard economics. This energy transition will create a massive economic boom in certain sectors. We're talking about a surge in manufacturing for solar panels, wind turbines, and electric vehicle components. It will also require a complete overhaul of our electrical grids, a multi-trillion-dollar infrastructure project on a global scale. This creates jobs in construction, engineering, and advanced manufacturing. However, it also means a structural decline for fossil fuel-based economies. Countries that rely heavily on oil and gas exports will face immense pressure to diversify, and if they don't, they risk being left behind. The geopolitical map of energy will be completely redrawn. Now, let's talk about global supply chains. The pandemic and recent geopolitical tensions taught us a painful lesson. Our long, hyper-efficient supply chains are also incredibly fragile. A single ship stuck in a canal or a lockdown in one city can cause chaos worldwide. In response, a huge rewiring of global trade is underway. Companies are moving away from putting all their manufacturing eggs in one basket. They're diversifying, bringing production closer to home through By 2026, this trend will be well established. We'll see new manufacturing hubs emerging in places like Mexico, Southeast Asia, and Eastern Europe, as companies try to build more resilient networks. This doesn't mean globalization is dead, but it's changing shape. It's becoming more regionalized. This shift creates new economic opportunities for these emerging regions, leading to job growth and investment. For consumers in North America and Europe, it might mean more reliable access to goods, though potentially at a slightly higher cost initially as these new supply chains get established. This is a fundamental rethinking of how the world makes and moves things. The fourth key factor is demographics. It might sound boring, but it's one of the most powerful and predictable forces in economics. In 2026, two major demographic trends will collide. First, in many developed countries in Europe and East Asia, the population is aging rapidly. A larger share of the population will be in retirement, putting immense strain on pension systems and healthcare. This also means a shrinking workforce, which can slow down economic growth. These countries will be forced to invest heavily in automation and robotics, simply to maintain their standard of living. At the same time, other parts of the world, particularly in South Asia and Africa, have incredibly young and growing populations. These regions represent a huge, untapped pool of labor, and a massive emerging consumer market. By 2026, global companies will be laser-focused on these markets, not just for manufacturing, but as the primary source of future growth. The flow of global investment will increasingly shift towards these youthful economies, accelerating their development and giving them a much larger voice on the world stage. The economic center of gravity will continue its steady march eastward and southward. So, let's put it all together. What does a world in 2026 look like? Imagine a global economy that is smarter, greener, more regional, and demographically divided. It's a world where AI-driven companies in North America design products that are manufactured in new, resilient hubs in Mexico, powered by locally sourced, renewable energy, and sold to a rapidly growing middle class in India and Nigeria. It's a world of incredible opportunity, but also significant disruption. The skills that are valuable today might not be tomorrow. The industries that are dominant now could be in decline. This isn't something to be afraid of, but it's something we all need to prepare for. Lifelong learning won't just be a buzzword. It will be a necessity for economic survival. Understanding technology, being adaptable, and developing creative and critical thinking skills will be the new currency in the job market. For investors, the landscape will be completely different. The winning stocks of the next decade will be in sectors like AI software, renewable energy infrastructure, advanced robotics, and companies focused on emerging consumer markets. Simply betting on the old giants of industry might not be a winning strategy anymore. The smartest investors will be those who see these trends coming and position themselves accordingly. And for governments, the challenge will be immense. They'll need to manage the social and economic transitions, retrain their workforces, invest in new infrastructure, and navigate a much more complex and multipolar geopolitical world. The countries that succeed will be the ones that are agile, forward-thinking, and willing to embrace change rather than resist it. The year 2026 is the focal point where these four monumental forces: AI integration, the green energy tipping point, supply chain realignment, and demographic shifts all converge and begin to reshape our world in a very real and tangible way. It marks the end of the post-2008 economic era and the beginning of something entirely new. The changes will be profound, touching every aspect of our lives. But by understanding the forces at play, we can move from being passive observers to active participants, ready to navigate the challenges and seize the incredible opportunities of this new economic chapter. Thank you so much for watching. What do you think will be the biggest economic change in the coming years? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you found this video insightful, do you not forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the trends shaping our future. See you in the next one.